In the heart of a seemingly serene town under the veil of the night, a mystery begins to stir. The whispers of the wind carry tales of two sisters, a departed father, and a horrifying secret that's been buried. A secret that's about to claw its way back to the surface, threatening to shatter the facade of this town forever. Are you prepared to plunge into this abyss and unravel the horrifying truth? The tale centers around Lucy Studi, a woman with a haunting claim. She asserts none other than her own father, Donald Studi, a man shrouded in shadows and secrets, was a serial killer, a murderer whose deeds were as dark as the night. Lucy told investigators that her father had his children, including her, assist with the body disposal. Lucy maintains that the majority of the victims were slain in the 1970s and 1980s after being enticed back to her father's property in Iowa by her father from Omaha. Lucy claims that she denounced her father to Nebraska and Iowa authorities, as well as local priests and teachers, dating back to her youth, but that her efforts were unsuccessful since no one would take action. Lucy's allegations are no ordinary accusations. She speaks of dozens of victims, innocents whose lives were snuffed out in cold blood. There are whispers of bodies, corpses hidden from the light of day, quietly buried in the earth. Yet despite these hair-raising claims, the law finds itself helpless, with no physical evidence to back Lucy's dreadful allegations. Lucy had a brother and two sisters, according to news accounts. Lucy's brother allegedly committed suicide at the age of 39, and one of her sisters, Susan, rejects her claims. Lucy's assertions are rejected by Susan Studi. The first time I ever heard about bodies was when I talked to Lucy about a year ago. Susan Studi told Newsweek. My father was not the man she portrays him to be. He was strict, but he was also a protective parent who cared for his children. Strict fathers do not simply become serial killers. Lucy is 2 years my senior. I believe I would know if my father was murdered. I'd know if my father was a serial killer. He was not, and I demand that my father's name be cleared. Susan believes the cadaver hits were caused by the canines picking up on animal remains, such as a golden retriever rumoured to be buried nearby, and the remains of Donald Studi's stillborn sister, who was also buried there. According to Newsweek, the dog handler and sheriff both stated that they felt the cadaver dogs discovered human remains because they are trained to overlook animal remains. Donald Studi died in 2013 at the age of 75. Lucy claims her father was an alcoholic who was addicted to gambling and frequently stole from the jobs he held throughout the years. Lucy stated that Donald had two wives who committed suicide, one by shooting herself in the head and the other by strangling herself with an electrical cord. Donald Studi has a history of small thievery and drunk driving offences, but no violent crime arrests. Donald was said to have tried suicide at least twice. When asked how she feels about her father now, Lucy told Newsweek, I don't feel anything for my father, absolutely nothing. I wanted justice when my father was still living, but he's no longer with us. I just want closure for the family and an appropriate burial. Authorities are still looking into Lucy's claims and looking for evidence, or the lack thereof. As the plot unfurls, the family saga takes a chilling turn. Two sisters bound by blood are now embroiled in a bitter clash over the truth concerning their father's enigmatic past. Did Lucy, in a bid to gain attention, fabricate a gruesome tale of murder and buried bodies right in their own backyard? Or could it be that Donald Studi, who passed away in the year 2013, left behind a legacy of horror, a secret life that was more terrifying than any horror story? Although the truth seekers have brought in two dogs, trained to sniff out the scent of death, the earth offers no answers, remaining silent, keeping its secrets buried deep within. The question remains, is there truth to Lucy's claims? Or is it a figment of her imagination? Only time will tell.